Thanks to all the perspectives here, I text her to say I hope she was okay and that the space had given me time to reflect on the situation. I explained I could see things from her perspective and what her intentions might have been, but I was hurt that she hadn't felt she could communicate that with me first. As if she had, the outcome might have been different and we could have worked something out. However, I felt her behavior in calling me selfish and the not running decisions by me, etc., was disrespectful and inconsiderate, and that was now my major problem in moving forward with the relationship. Ooh, stand on business, honey. She replied to say if I was just going to bring another source of pain and stress into her life, then I may as well go, because I was still making the whole thing about me and my feelings and not appreciating her not breaking apart at the seams while her life did. So she'd be taking more space until I decided what I wanted. Thanks to all of you, I realized how invalidating and again, manipulative that was. So I told her we'd make the space permanent and wished her the best. Her response was just okay, and asking if she could still use my Netflix password. So I changed the password. Then she texts again a little while later asking why I changed it and could I put it back because it had locked her out of a show she was watching. So I had a good laugh to myself about the irony of decision making without running it by her and didn't respond. On to better things and a definite lesson learned in the future in seeing red flags. I also wanted to thank the commenters who have lived it and shared their experiences. It did make it easier to understand what her motivations and intentions might have been for carrying on as normal. As I said in a previous comment, she had had a bad experience with a previous job and was out of work for some time in between. I also knew she was nervous about this as it was beginning to ramp up. I can see why she may have obfuscated the truth so that her employers didn't think she had any personal distractions, which might have stopped her at being her sharpest. Where we live, you need 2 years to be safe from being fired, and she was only a year in. I can totally get why someone suddenly on their own with individual finances, plus lawyer fees and divorce settlement if true, would not want to risk their income and suddenly being shut off or being back out of work for a long period. Having said that, I also agree with everyone that there is a difference between obfuscating the truth and showing up with your ex and essentially playing pretend when there was the option of going alone and just making an excuse for them. Though I guess I can also see why maybe that would feel awkward or uncomfortable being surrounded by others. At the end of the day, if she had come to me and explained, maybe we could have worked it out. However, she didn't, and everyone was right that her behavior and attitude toward me in the situation was very disrespectful and problematic in the end.